how people think bullying is a part of life, a part of growing up and an opportunity to stand up for yourself. Some kids naturally will not accept being bullied and will stand against it. Others are not that brave and will crumble at it. They end up feeling lonely, unhappy and frightened. I met Ijoma, a 12-year-old girl who willingly shares her experience and feelings with me. Did you know that bullying has effects on people, both the victim and the person doing it? Now, let me tell you how kids who are bullied can lose interest in school. They may suffer physical injuries and mental health issues. They may also suffer depression and anxiety. They look sad and lonely. They suffer eating and sleeping disorders and lose interest in academic work. Jeff Oluwagbemiga, a psychologist and counselor, tells us more.
A phenomenon that has come to stay with us. In those days, we thought it was just a Western thing, but we actually see bullying on a daily basis. But maybe it's not called bully, it's called something else.
It's taking advantage of somebody else.
Taking out your anger on someone else that doesn't deserve it.
Making fun of someone because you're different.
Harassment towards anybody that isn't what you are.
Bullying is when someone doesn't have the self-control to put their feelings and emotions into the right outlets.
Problems at home. They have all this frustration and all this anger and they don't know how to let it out.
What's in the mind of someone being bullied?
Yeah, someone who's being bullied just basically wonders why they're the ones being picked on.
Anger boxed inside your mind.
They might think about suicide.
It just takes a toll on the person.
In the Nigerian context, bullying means harassment given to a child. It can be from the peer group, the teacher, or others within the environment.
Bullying can be found among students in school. Maybe there's a particular student who believes that anything that he or she says is what everybody in class must do. It might not even be the class captain. It might just be somebody in class. Most of the time, people that are bigger than their peers, they want to exert themselves on those other people. Sometimes adults too get bullied and adults too bully. And sometimes adults bully young people. Some people bully their wives. Some men bully their wives. But coming to young people now, I will narrow it down to when a particular person is trying to enforce himself, enforce his ideas, enforce everything about himself on other people.
Reports have shown that kids who bully tend to be violent. If they are allowed to continue to be bullied, they may engage in risky and more violent behavior, and then they take this to adulthood. But the question that lingers on my mind is, why do kids really bully? Kids can direct frustrations, hurt, anger, and difficulty at home or in class to others. Lack of attention from friends, lack of attention from parents or their teachers can make a child become a bully. And strange enough, some kids have learned bullying from others or have been victims themselves.
Do you own a good school? Or is it a school bookshop? Are you planning a school event? Do you offer educational products and services? And do you want the world to know? Then you can advertise on School Hunters with Shola Opodu to be seen and heard. We are offering a 30% discount on advert rates starting on the 12th of August to September 30th, 2014. You can also advertise on our website www.schoolhunters.com.ng for that added visibility. Terms and conditions apply. For further information, call 0809 082 1720 or email us at enquiry@schoolhunters.com.ng. School Hunters, everything school.
My name is Ijoma. I am 12 years old. I am in my junior secondary. Furthering my education was an exciting feeling until I entered JSS. Right now, I don't want to go back to school anymore. I am maltreated most times. This has created fear, which has made me feel bad about school resumption. I remember hearing people run and a senior shouting before the count of 3. I didn't understand what he meant and just stood and was looking. Before I knew what happened, I was hit from behind and told, "Run!" Fear gripped me. For no reason, I just ran. It was fun for senior students, but for me, it was a very terrifying experience. I'm a very quiet person. I like keeping to myself most times. But they expect me to loosen up, do things that every other student does. There's someone who always asks me for things, even when I don't have enough. I try to share. And when it's finished, I'm asked to go and beg others on her behalf. My parents have asked me not to beg, but be content with what they have given me. But they force me to do these things that I don't want to do. Sometimes my things get missing. They're taken away from where I kept them. The experiences are quite terrible. I just don't want to go back to school again.
A bully is someone who tries to hurt someone on purpose.
A bully is someone who picks on kids that are smaller
or weaker,
or kids who won't stand up to them. A bully might tease you or call you names,
or attack you and threaten you over and over
and over
again.
Bullies can be boys.
Bullies can be girls. You might feel all alone.
When a bully targets you,
you might feel
helpless, small,
scared, nervous.
Bullying is not two kids arguing or having a disagreement.
Bullying is not kids playing rough on the playground.
Bullying is when someone uses their strength or power to hurt or scare you because they think by cutting you down,
it raises them up.
But it doesn't.
Every now and then, we're faced with some simple questions. How do we get the best home tutors, best teachers, and best schools for our children? School Hunters can give you that answer when you visit our website www.schoolhunters.com.ng. Register as a member today and gain access to qualified teachers or home tutors to assist you with your educational needs, irrespective of the field or subject, and at your convenience. Qualified teachers who wish to connect to prospective clients can also go to the website www.schoolhunters.com.ng and register as tutors. At School Hunters, we also provide other educational support services like general printing of school materials, organized exhibitions and capacity building workshops, video coverage for your events, as well as enrollments and placement services for students. So do visit us on our website www.schoolhunters.com.ng. School Hunters, everything school.
What are the tips to help prevent bullying? Coping with bullying can be very difficult. First, you need to understand that you are not a problem. The problem is the bully. Like everyone else in the class or in school, you have the same rights to everything, including freedom and safety. The problem is not doing anything if you're being bullied. And doing nothing suggests to the bully that there is no problem, but you need to be very firm and say it straight to the bully that you do not like what he or she is doing to you. You also need to act brave. Now, at this juncture, it is necessary to differentiate between bullying and peer pressure.
When somebody wants to force you to behave the way he's behaving. Bullying is when somebody wants to exert himself on you. It's going beyond behavior now. For example, when I was in primary school, we sit 2-2 and we demarcate the seat such that you can't pass here and I can't pass here. But sometimes if you sit with a bully, he will measure the thing and give you like 20% of the size of the seat. That means you can't go beyond that. He might not pressurize you to smoke, might not pressurize you to drink, but the thing is that his presence is oppressive to you. That is bullying. But peer pressure is when I want you to do what I am doing. I'm smoking, so I'm giving you a stick of cigarette to smoke. I'm young, I have girlfriends, I have boyfriends, and I want to do exactly the same thing I'm doing. So I'm trying to convince you, either by verbal or sometimes physical. I can say you must do this. You can put the cigarette directly into your mouth. That's peer pressure, or let me say negative peer pressure. Though sometimes if it's turned the other way, if you are trying to pressurize the person to do the right thing, then it becomes positive peer pressure. So that's positive and negative peer pressure is the direction of the behavior, depending on the person who is being pressurized. If the person being pressurized thinks cigarette is not good, smoking cigarette is not good, and somebody is forcing him or her to smoke, to that person is negative pressure. But if he does not believe that smoking is wrong, then it's not even a pressure. You understand? But if he thinks that I want to be reading 3 hours a day, but I don't have the capacity to, and he or she has a friend who reads about 4 hours a day, and the person say, come on, you can read 3 hours. Say, no, I can't. Come on, let's go. And he practically or whatever gets him to where he needs to read. He's being pressurized to do the right thing, which he or she thinks is incapable of doing before.
It all comes down to human kindness. And I don't know how much control we have over human kindness other than really creating an atmosphere here where we promote it as much as we possibly can.
The thing that we all have to remember, whether we're a student or an adult, is that the impacts are absolutely devastating.
Any individuals who engage in hurtful behavior toward others need to develop some empathy, need to understand that the other person or persons that they're hurting have feelings too.
I see the pain it causes. And I know that that pain isn't pain that goes away, isn't temporary, but it stays with you and it impacts you as an adult even, and you remember.
I just don't get why people would want to make other people feel so sad. So sad.
Nobody deserves to be treated unfairly and rudely or, in any form of harmful way.
And bullying is just this kind of sick way of depriving people of that, of depriving people of a high school experience. I mean, everyone should have an equal chance and everyone should enjoy life as much as they possibly can and shouldn't be brought down because someone else can't get over their own personal issues.
Let's celebrate your best teacher or proprietor on School Hunters. If your teacher or proprietor has an exemplary character, send the following details: name of the teacher, why you have nominated this teacher, the teacher's telephone number, name of the school where the teacher teaches, and the passport picture of your nominee. Send details to awards@schoolhunters.com.ng. For more information, visit www.schoolhunters.com.ng/blog.
The issue of bullying has plagued many schools. We have all read about issues of bullying causing kids and students to take drastic measures to make the pain stop. Unfortunately, many of these drastic measures have resulted in suicide and even murder. Now, in my work as a life coach, I have observed and dealt with numerous cases of bullying. What is not discussed often enough is how these acts of bullying can cause long-lasting effects for the victims.
Bullying is an act of making somebody fearful and afraid. So being bullied made
made us timid, because like me and my friends, made us very timid, made us shy, made us distance ourselves from the world. It was not a good experience. But like I said, we grew past it, because as you get to a stage in your life, you now know, I should be able to stand up to things like this.
When a child comes home, you check the expression of that child, clearly from the facial expression. Then from it, you can ask the child what really happened. It depends on the emotion of the child too. If the child is the type that comes home very happy, and you discover that that day he comes home without that same facial expression or the type of words that comes out of that child, from there you can detect whether that child is happy or not. Then you ask the child what really happens on maybe at the school or within the environment or any other place.
The world of bullying has a life of its own. It takes no prisoners, and its effect can be long-lasting and endemic in some cases. Here are steps schools can take to stop bullying. Number 1. School officials must take time to review how they respond to acts of bullying.
As a parent now, I know better. So the first thing I will do is, when my child comes to me to report that someone has bullied him or is being bullied in school, the first thing I will do is make sure that his own self-esteem is intact, because that's when you allow someone bullying you. So I'll make sure that he knows who he is and knows that nobody can bully you except you allow that person to. And I tell him, okay, whenever that person does that to you again, go to your teacher and report that person to. And if it's somebody he can handle, why not give it back to the person?
Bullying needs to be addressed swiftly. The consequences should include recommendations for counseling for those who actually bully others.
A child who is being bullied in school will not be happy to go to school the next day, because he's scared of meeting that person that's going to make his or her day a disaster. So when some children begin to do like, I'm sick, I'm this, I'm that, you should really sit them down and ask them what's wrong. Is it really sickness or just something? And then some other children come home with bruises. Some come home scared. So that's what parents should look out for if they want to check if their children are being bullied. And then if they find out that they're being bullied, the best thing to do is to go to school authority and then involve the parents of the bully.
We have laws protecting the kids in this country, but the implementation matters. And corruption happens, bribery, let me use that to comes in. When you bully a child, then someone reports the case to the rightful authority. Based on the societal ills, you see people paying to cover up such activities. I've seen such before. They pay just to protect. Take for example sexual harassment or rape case. You go to the police and report out. The police, instead of protecting that same child, will turn to cover up the case. I've seen such before, so it happens. But you will follow it rightly. Follow the case as it's supposed to be. Take the person, charge the person to the court, and then let that person face the judgment. Things like that will never happen again.
It is also powerful for school officials and counselors to perform reflective interviews with bullies and those that are also bullied.
What they should do is make sure the counselors bring those children together. Okay, why did you do that to him? Why did you say that to him? And make them understand that that is wrong. That it's wrong to talk down or make someone else feel bad about themselves.
Parents also have a role to play. Always look out for signs and be friends with your kids.
A child that's been bullied should make effort to speak out. He must speak out, because bullying thrives when the party that's been bullied keeps quiet. And as long as you keep quiet, the bullying continues.
Let's celebrate your best teacher or proprietor on School Hunters. If your teacher or proprietor has an exemplary character, send the following details: name of the teacher, why you have nominated this teacher, the teacher's telephone number, name of the school where the teacher teaches, and the passport picture of your nominee. Send details to awards@schoolhunters.com.ng. For more information, visit www.schoolhunters.com.ng/blog.
If you are a parent who is close to your child, you know something is wrong. You definitely know. But if you are this parent, like most of us are, you go out in the morning, you come back very late, there's this tendency that you don't get to know your child, so you don't know when something is wrong with them. But if you are close to your child, you know that, okay, something is wrong. Then how do you know? That kind of child becomes timid. They feel inferior. They tend to be withdrawn. So that is 1, 2, 3 signs for you to know that, okay, something is wrong. Maybe somebody is making this person feel insecure and all that, and you can now know what to do.
Then ask the child, the person that offends the child or the person that threatens the child's life. It depends on. You can bully someone maybe physically or in any other form again, but it depends on the situation. You can now ask your child. If it is the one that comes in physically with bruises on the child's body, you ask the child how comes about these bruises. Then you go back to the person and tell the person to explain, because by right, that person is supposed not to touch that child. Report first to the parent before you react.
Confidence. It's good to be confident in yourself, believe in yourself. Don't really depend on people. A lot of people want to be like somebody. I want to be like this person. They end up bullying you, and then they tell you you're not good enough, and it makes you timid, makes you afraid. So just be confident and believe in yourself here from your own home.
Uh-oh, this looks like trouble. I'll know they're bullies if they use my full name.
Well, look who it is, Chris Griffin.
Oh, boy.
Hey, fat. Your b****s are bigger than your sister's.
Oh, yeah? Well, you have a sister as well.
That's your comeback?
Oh, man.
Every now and then, we're faced with some simple questions. How do we get the best home tutors, best teachers, and best schools for our children? School Hunters can give you that answer when you visit our website, www.schoolhunters.com.ng. Register as a member today and gain access to qualified teachers or home tutors to assist you with your educational needs, irrespective of the field or subject, and at your convenience. Qualified teachers who wish to connect to prospective clients can also go to the website www.schoolhunters.com.ng and register as tutors. At School Hunters, we also provide other educational support services like general printing of school materials, organized exhibitions and capacity building workshops, video coverage for your events, as well as enrollments and placement services for students. So do visit us on our website www.schoolhunters.com.ng. School Hunters, everything school.
Are you bullied in school and need someone to talk with? Jeff Oluwagbemiga, a psychologist and counselor, is waiting to hear from you. Call 080-3400-8444 now. Don't keep quiet. Don't let anyone shut you up.
I'm truly sorry.
Let us be kind. Let us forgive. Let us talk peacefully with each other. Let us do good unto all men.
But at the time, it just...
Allowing us to see others the way our Heavenly Father sees us, as flawed and imperfect mortals who have potential and worth far beyond our capacity to imagine. Because God loves us so much, we too must love and forgive. Remember, in the end, it is the merciful who obtain mercy.